Hello, YouTube. There, I said it right this time. What's up, guys? It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to another Movies with Actors That I Like or Love month. This one's going to be kind of controversial because it's a movie sequel from Disney that came out a couple years ago, when before the pandemic. And it's Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Don't worry, this isn't going to be a super rant, but I have a lot of problems with this movie, and so did a lot of critics. First of all, was this movie necessary? No, not really, because I'm like, the fourth movie ended things fine, and it made $1 billion. That's the only reason why this was made. This one just felt like like I said, I thought the film was decent, but because of Johnny Depp. He's the only actor in this movie that I really care about. Because everything else felt like a greatest hits of the first three movies. Like, you have to see him, how he got his compass, with Jack Sparrow. They have a flashback of him when he was younger, and then you have to bring back Will Turner and freaking Elizabeth Swann, who I didn't care about in the first three movies, and then Barbossa's back, and there's a revelation in the movie that makes no freaking sense, and that's pretty much it. There's a lot of fan service. It's basically, this movie's like Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker, just a lot shorter, and it still has some entertaining moments though. I don't hate this movie. I know people are going to be like, oh, you hate all these movies. No, the only one I despise is the third one. It's too freaking long, it's boring, and there were way too many characters in it. You could have cut a third of that movie's running time. The opening of that movie sucked, and it could have been a lot shorter, but this is not a review of that movie. That movie already happened. I hated it. I never want to watch it again. This one has its moments. The film has Jack Sparrow searching for the Trident of Poseidon while being pursued by an undead sea captain and his crew. Kind of like Barbossa in the first one, except these are ghosts and not skeletons, cursed from the gold, that they had to put blood on to break the curse. And I could definitely tell the difference with this movie. Like, it had two directors, Joachim Rauning and Espen Sandberg. I think they're Swedish or something. No, they're Norwegian. I think that there was a mistake to have two directors. This is not Captain Marvel, guys. This is not the Russos that they did Infinity War. Infinity War is better than this movie. As much as it doesn't have the best ending, it had a coherent story. It wasn't just the Avengers' greatest hits. That's what Endgame was in the middle when they were, looking for the stones. But it worked. It serviced the plot. It wasn't just fan service. Here, I just thought that two directors was a little much. I think they also directed the second Maleficent movie. I haven't seen the first one. They solo work. It says Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, Origin. I don't know what that is, and an untitled Six Pirates movie. No, and by the way, I'm not being political here, and I'm not a sexist. I promise. I love women to death, but I don't want to see an all-female Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I didn't even like half of them, the women in the main series. I like Zoe Saldana, and I liked the whatchamacallit, Astrid Frisbee in the fourth one. That's it. Most of the other women are just forgettable in the movie. I hate Elizabeth Swann. Keira Knightley's the worst actress in this franchise. I did not like the girl in this movie. Yeah. What's her name? It's not even back here. I have to look down. Kaya Scodelario. She's awful in this movie. They try to make her this feminist, scientist, freaking woman that I'm not a wench. I'm a freaking scientist. And I'm like, you're boring. You know what she is? She's basically Rey in the third Star Wars rehash trilogy. Because she's the daughter, she's the freaking offspring of a villain from the previous movie. Does that sound familiar to you, Disney? Huh? It does. She's basically Rey Skywalker, yeah, in name only. She's the daughter. Yeah, this is going to have spoilers. She's the daughter of Barbossa. When the hell did Barbossa get married in the first three movies? We never saw him with a woman. They pulled this out of their ass like they did, just like they did with with Rey, saying, "Oh, she's the granddaughter of the Emperor Palpatine," even though he died in Episode 6. These writers are so freaking stupid, man. And it made no sense because one of these writers did the Lion King remake. So what did you expect? I don't hate this movie though. I know, like, Johnny Depp is the only thing that I liked in the movie. Him and some of the action. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have watched this movie to begin with, to be honest. Yeah, because at least with he was entertaining. He's still funny, talking like this, and he still steals the show from everybody else in the movie. Brendan Thwaites is awful as Will Turner's son. I mean, there it kind of made sense because him and Elizabeth were together at the end of the third movie on the island. But with that, it made sense. But I don't care about him. He's not interesting. He has a horrible British accent. He's Robin in the Titans TV show. You're Australian. You're basically Lesser Hemsworth, like Liam. Absolutely awful performance. Jeffrey Rush, he's fine as Barbossa, but the fact that they had to kill him off again, like in the first one, is fan service, and I wish they just kept him dead after this first movie. The sequel, he was at the very end, and then the third one, he's just there to outact Johnny Depp, and I'm like, yeah, it was already old by the second movie. Javier Bardem as the villain is okay. I don't mind the effects on him. His accent doesn't bother me. He's a little disgusting, but he's fine. Why did this movie cost $320 million? It wasn't for Depp, because he was just one of the few remaining actors that came back for this one. It must be for the effects, because I did not see... Where did the money go? Endgame cost more than that, and it was way better. Because it was ending the franchise. It didn't do another sequel-bait ending or have a post-credit scene leading up to the next Avengers. No, it worked. Here... There's a post-credit scene, and it leads to nothing, because the sixth movie's not going to have Johnny Depp in it. And without him, there is no Pirates. Sorry. I think he's just, he is the franchise. He's the pirate that everybody wants to follow. He's the most interesting character. He's funny. He has charisma. He's a personality. And Depp, even in his 50s, can still act these little teeny poppers or twinny poppers. Because Kira was 17 in the first movie. That's why you don't see much of her skin. The film received mixed reviews. I know. I'm one of them. I didn't hate the film, but it had a lot of problems. Same thing with the Jumanji movie from 2017 that came out the same year. It was only 2 hours and 9 minutes. It went by quick, though, compared to the third movie. The third movie's too freaking long. It's way too long. It says, yes, it was praised for the visuals. The visuals are good. The musical score, Hans Zimmer's score, is always welcome. Or whoever did the score for these movies. I forgot. Is it Zimmer? No, my bad. It's Jeff Zanelli. He did it, not Hans Zimmer. Performances of the cast, but criticizes screenplay and the narrative. Yeah, the narrative is all over the place, guys. First, we're following freaking Will Turner Jr. Then we're following this girl who we don't give a shit about. Then we have to go back to Jack's past. Then we have to have a post-credit scene where they bring back Davy Jones because they said, "Oh, the curse was lifted from the first three movies, so Davy Jones is alive." They don't explain it. And the fact that they're not going to bring back Bill Nighy. He's already too old, guys. And the sixth movie's not going to follow through. It's going to be Margot Robbie and the Caribbean. No. I'm done, guys. I'm done with her. I didn't like her in Suicide Squad. And it was the highest grossing film of 2017. It was, but the second lowest of the series behind the Curse of the Black Pearl. Because, again, the cast was not interesting. These twinny boppers were so freaking terrible. You see why I didn't see the movie Crawl last year? Because I don't like that actress. I've said it once. I will say it for the millionth time. I don't like British chicks. They rub me the wrong way. They sound like robots. They sound like they're so freaking soulless and lifeless, and they just take me out of the movie. That's why I hate The Hobo with a Passion, because she's British and she didn't need to be there. If I want to see a Brit, I'll watch freaking Emma Watson in freaking the Harry Potter movies. And that was hard to get through because of the accents, because it kills me inside. It kills me as an American that these people get so much work. Depp is pretending to be British. Jeffrey Rush is not doing a British accent. He's doing a very heavy pirate accent. And it's good because he's Australian and he's an Oscar-winning actor. A lot of these other people can't act. I don't know what the hell the critics were seeing in these people. Scaladario is freaking flat. Brendan Thwaites is flat. And also, Kevin McNally is Jahasmi Gibbs, Captain Jack's loyal friend and his first mate. That's Mr. Gibbs. Yeah, I don't. He's fine. He's always in all of them. The Monkey's in all of them as well. David Wenham as Lieutenant John Scarfield. Yeah, I don't remember him. And there's a bunch of other people here I don't remember. Yeah, and by the way, Jack, They hated Keira Knightley so much in the third movie because she was screaming half her dialogue that She doesn't have dialogue in this movie. Yeah, they should have done that with the hobo for 3 movies. Because I can't stand it, guys. The accents just kill me in these movies. And Scaladario, yeah, how do you have an Italian name and you're British? It doesn't make any freaking sense. Some some countries should just not breed. It's just not. It's just undemocratic to me. But anyway, the website, yeah, the Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 30%. I don't think it's horrible. The action's fun, and like I said, the visuals, and I like Johnny Depp. That's about it, though. The rest of it is forgettable. The plot, I've seen it done before and done better in the first one. The 2 hour running time, it's a lot shorter because every sequel after the third one just got shorter and shorter. My favorite sequel is on Stranger Tides. Why? It had a nice balance. Johnny Depp as the lead, better supporting characters, much faster pace, better looking movie. The fact that they did something different instead of just trying to copy the first film. And I know people are going to disagree with me, but I don't care. On Stranger Tides is freaking the first movie compared to this. Because it says Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man Tell No Tales proves that neither a change in directors nor an undead Javier Bardem is enough to drain the sinking franchise murky bilge. Yeah, the first movie was fun. What happened? The second one was good, but it's too dark. The third one's too freaking long. The fourth one's fun, but like I said, they only did it because the third one was so profitable. And this one was just kind of unnecessary. It's a one watch. For me, it's a one watch. If I never watch this movie again, I'm fine. And it says it has a convoluted plot. Yeah, because they have to recycle some ideas from the first 3 movies. I know, I saw the first 3 movies. And overabundance of characters. You only needed Depp, maybe Brendan Thwaites, but give him some acting lessons, and the villain. That's all you needed. And a couple of like crew members. That's it. You didn't need to make Scaladario the freaking daughter of Barbosa. It does nothing. She's not badass. She's forgettable. She shows no skin. Give me something as a man. Let me have something. If you can't act, you better be good looking. And I just don't like her, guys. She's dead eyes. She's just basically she's like an Italian Emily Blunt, forgettable and lame. It does have some charm to it, but like I said, there's fairly funny sexual innuendos. But I'm like, yeah, she's supposed to be like a slut, and yet she's a freaking scientist. Yeah, that makes no freaking sense. You can't have your cake and eat it too. It was nominated for 3 Razzies. Again, not Johnny Depp's fault. He was the best thing in it, in my opinion. And the fact that you have to hammer him down with all these worthless characters that come out of nowhere, yeah, it would not be the last film in the franchise, and the 6th could be released. A post-credit scene, I know, but Jerry Bruckheimer indicated another Pirates is still possible. Does well. It didn't do as well as the first 2, as the first 4 films. Go, Scaladario was contracted to return. Please don't bring her back. I don't like this chick. She's dead eyes. She's boring. I didn't even see the Maze Runner films because of her. By early 2020, talks of a 6th film began again, but with Depp reportedly set to reprise his role. But again, if he's not in it and it has Margot Robbie, I don't care, guys. This isn't it's the Pirates of the Caribbean, not Pirates of the UK. I'm sorry. Wake up, Disney. I'm not stupid. I'm from my family roots are from the Caribbean. They're from the UK. The hell is wrong with you? And like I said, if this movie wasn't made, I would have been fine with 4 being the last one. But I don't hate this movie. I know it seems like I hate it. I hate the things that they added. It added nothing to the films already. I didn't like the supporting cast, just like in Iron Man 3. I don't hate it, but it's my least favorite MCU movie because of the supporting cast. It brings it down for me a lot. But anyway, if you like the film, that's fine. If you like it more than I did, it's fine. But I don't love the film. And I definitely don't like it enough to own it on Blu-ray, to deal with these freaking people. I don't think it's the best one. And the fact that it was made 6 years, that's right, not 2 or 3, it was made 6 years after On Stranger Tides. That was a bad sign. And Johnny Depp getting injured on this movie didn't help either. But like I said, I don't hate this movie. There's some entertainment value, but when the other characters are not in the forefront. They said Depp is a supporting character. He should have just been the star from the start. Because these freaking crackers don't do it for me. They just don't do it for me in this movie. They're just boring. Jeffrey Rush is trying his best, but they should have kept him dead after the first one. They just couldn't recapture that with the sequels. Each sequel has gotten less in quality. And by the third one, I was already tired. I'm like, this movie is almost 3 hours long. Why? The first 30 minutes are pointless. In Singapore, they go to Singapore for 30 minutes and you don't see Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow, until like 35 minutes into the film. That's way too long. The pacing in some of these films are just outrageous. It's just as bad as the Transformers movies with the pacing. But anyway, I'm just glad that Depp did this movie because I would have never watched it if he was not in it. Honestly, I would not. But anyway, that's my review, my kind of mixed review. Mixed. Things I liked, things I could not freaking stand in Pirates of the Caribbean, Undead Men Tell No Tales. And I can understand why critics hated this. Trust me, it wasn't necessary. Toy Story 4 was more necessary because at least that was fun. It didn't have a bunch of Brits in the movie bringing the movie down for me. And it was shorter. Disney, get your head out of your ass and start doing something original because people are not going to pay for your garbage anymore. Onward flopped and it deserved to. I don't want to hear it's a good story. It's not Toy Story. It's not Inside Out. It's not Wall-E. It's not Ratatouille. It's not Up. It's not to the standard. We want better Disney movies. Stop with the damn remakes. Stop with these Pirates movies. I don't want any more. Johnny Depp was the franchise. When you get him out, it's not going to be the same. It will not. Trust me. Margot Robbie going RR in a bottle of rum is not going to do it. She's box office poison. Birds of Prey flopped this year. Yeah, and it wasn't because of Corona. It came out in February. It had a month to make money, and it didn't because the R rating was not going to help it. Joker made $1 billion because it was interesting. It was an actual film. It wasn't CGI porn in my face. Sorry, guys, but you got to do better than that. Don't recycle the plot and call it a fifth movie. And don't ever, ever remind me of Rise of Skywalker. Not with the running time, because that movie's longer and there's no reason for it. But the fact that you pulled this thing out of your ass saying, oh yeah, one of the villains had a child off screen. Yeah. Screw you for that, writers of the Lion King remake. And Speed 2. One of the worst sequels I've ever seen. But anyway, I don't hate the movie. I still like some of it. When Johnny Depp is on screen, it's fun. The rest of it can kiss my ass. That's my mixed review, guys. Talk to you next time.